Hussbus, bus stop. What's up, everybody? JP Hussey here, owner of the Hussey Team Mortgage Advisors, with this week's Hussbus, bus stop. Hope you guys are good. Today, I want to talk a little bit about a kind of a touchy subject, but if you care about your family and the longevity of your family, this could be good to listen to, okay? So let's talk a little bit about inheritance tax, making sure your house stays in the family, and taking care of your family, okay? So before I talk about this, I want to say I am not an attorney. I am not a CPA, all right? So a lot of stuff goes on here, and I'm talking more about the state of Pennsylvania, but I do believe this applies to some other states, okay? So when you pass away, okay, and then your kids or other family members inherit your house, let's say, okay, there's what's called inheritance tax, all right? You got to pay that tax. Nobody likes to pay taxes. What do they say? There's two things in life, right? There's death and there's taxes, right? Two things that are consistent with life, okay? But anyway, inheritance tax. So here's a couple things to look at and maybe to do to prepare your family, your kids maybe, for the future to set them up correctly, all right? So here's something cool, all right? Let's say I own a home, right? It's just me and my wife, Rachel, okay? But we want to make sure we set up properly for our children, all right? What you can do is, and it's really cheap actually, you go to a local title insurance company, they can help you out with this, they get something notarized, but you add your kids to the deed, okay? And what this does, if they're on the deed with you, all right, this means that they would only have to pay half of the inheritance tax, all right? If you're not on that deed, and you take over that home, you got to pay the full inheritance tax on whatever the fair market value of the home and the equity and all this other stuff that I'm not even an expert on, okay? But I've been doing these plans and advising people for a while now as of late, so I thought it would be good to talk about. Now, the other thing is, let's say, we'll take me, for instance. I own my house free and clear, let's say. I don't. I have a mortgage on it, right? I own it free and clear, all right? I could sell that house to my kids for $1, take myself off of that deed, put them on, and now they would not pay any inheritance tax, okay? So think about half of inheritance tax if you're on there together, all right? If you're not on it, 100%. If you're the only one on it, nothing. You don't pay any inheritance tax, okay? One thing I want to mention though, right? Let's say that I put my kids on the mortgage or on the deed with me, okay? Mortgage is deed and trust, but whatever. Put the mortgage on there, or put my kids on that deed, right? But they're not on the loan portion, okay? But they go to buy another house, okay? In their ratios, debt to income is a big thing for mortgages, right? In their ratios as a liability, they're going to have the taxes and the insurance on that property hit them. So it could make them less qualified, but it's not a full mortgage payment, right? Because they're not on that loan, okay? But that's one thing, one caveat there that could hurt you. But I think the benefit greatly outweighs any negative by going on that deed because it saves inheritance tax. And guess what? There's no crazy estate stuff going on because now you are owner of the house. No one can take that from you. God forbid something happens. Hey, if you need any more, if you have any more questions on this, or if you need us to introduce you to someone that knows a little bit more about this is the simple rules. Let us know. We're happy to help. Later. Hussbus, bus stop.